I'm Steve Vanelli, Chief Investment Officer of the Gavkal Knowledge Leaders Fund. We invest in the world's most innovative companies. This video is designed to offer a brief introduction to our strategy and philosophy, including academic foundations of our work. When we look at the economy, we see a root system of innovation that's invisible to the naked eye. This hidden layer of the economy feeds growth and wealth creation, and it's embedded inside companies around the world. We call these companies knowledge leaders. We believe knowledge is undervalued, and our strategy is designed to tap into this market inefficiency. This is not a new idea. In fact, scholars have been studying the impact of corporate investment in innovation, like research and development, for over a decade. Researchers from NYU, MIT, the Conference Board, and others argue that innovation leaders have greater potential for sustained future profits while at the same time being systematically underestimated. This is the crux of our strategy. The widespread adoption of these ideas is also growing. In 2013, the U.S. Bureau of Economic Analysis announced a plan to report innovation activities as part of its official economic record of our national output. The BEA now incorporates intangible investments, that is, investments in knowledge and future innovation, into the National Income and Product Account. Looking back, it was the dynamic growth of the technology sector over the last number of decades which inspired the experts to begin studying the impact of investments in innovation activities. In December 2005, Baruch Lev, accounting professor at NYU Stern School of Business, published a report entitled "The Stock Market Valuation of R&D Leaders." In it, he questioned whether the stock market efficiently incorporated intangible investments. He offered the hypothesis that there exists an abnormal return among highly innovative companies, and this inefficiency stems from conservative accounting principles that mislead investors. He tested his hypothesis by separating companies based on their knowledge intensity. Firms with a greater than average knowledge intensity he called knowledge leaders, and those with lesser knowledge intensity he called followers. What Professor Lev found is that knowledge intensity can be measured. His findings highlight wide disagreement among financial professionals, which he explained is due to a lack of information. Based on his study of knowledge leaders, Professor Lev ultimately concluded the stock market does not efficiently incorporate knowledge leaders' potential for future profits in a timely manner, and that knowledge leaders demonstrate abnormal returns due to incomplete information derived from conservative accounting standards. These findings form the foundational principles of our strategy. In the knowledge leader strategy, we recognize some companies choose to spend more on innovation. They respond to competition by allocating resources toward knowledge-intensive activities. Over time, these companies develop deep reservoirs of intangible capital, such as a strong brand, proprietary knowledge, or a unique distribution mechanism. We call these companies knowledge leaders. Today's conservative accounting standards distort a company's record of innovation by treating intangible investments as an expense rather than as an investment. This makes knowledge leaders nearly invisible to the naked eye. Their financial statements give little indication of the rich stores of intangible assets. We see intangible capital as the missing link in measuring corporate performance. Counting the spending on product development and organizational processes as investments provides a much clearer perspective on profits and market value. Validating intangibles is a key to eliminating the guesswork in financial valuation. At Gavkal Capital, we developed a proprietary model that treats intangible investments differently. We recognize that intangible spending is an investment in a company's future. Our proprietary model adjusts a company's financial history, treating innovation activities across time as investments. The results identify the world's most innovative companies, creating a performance opportunity. The first and most distinct step in our investment process is what we call capitalizing intangibles. We recreate an intangible adjusted financial history for all companies in the MSCI All Country World Index by capitalizing intangible investments. Since we began, we've created intangible adjusted financial histories for over 2,400 companies going back to 1980. Our research defines 5 different types of intangible capital, and we rebuild each company's financial history to include investments in these 5 types of intangibles: computerized information, scientific R&D, non-scientific R&D, brand equity, and firm-specific resources. This step transforms the financial data that will be analyzed by the investment team, and to our knowledge, we're the only team rebuilding financial statements in this way. In step 2, we screen for knowledge leaders. The screen identifies companies with high levels of knowledge intensity, low debt levels, and high profitability rates. Roughly 1/3 of the companies pass the screen, and these companies are deemed to be knowledge leaders. These companies move up for further analysis by the team. The companies who fail the screen are not considered for inclusion in the portfolio. Here's a snapshot of the Gavkal Knowledge Leaders Developed World and Emerging Markets Index, which we construct by capitalizing intangibles and then screening for knowledge leaders. You can see roughly 1/3 of the companies pass the screen for inclusion in the indexes. The pass rate is highest in the sectors that make the most intangible investments and lowest in the sectors that make the fewest intangible investments. For our actively managed products, after we separate the leaders from the followers, we conduct fundamental research on the knowledge leaders. The investment team assigns a quality score, a value score, and a technical score for each company. These scores form the basis of our stock selection. We construct our active portfolio position by position on an unconstrained global basis. Stocks may be selected in any country and in any sector. We establish positions at approximately equal weights without regard to company weight, sector weight, or country weight. In the active portfolio, our final step in the investment process addresses risk controls. We believe that an active approach to risk management is the most effective way to manage portfolios. We take a long-term approach, however, there's constant competition for capital to be allocated to the best ideas from the investment team. Our sell discipline allows for us to eliminate a position in a stock to make room for a better idea if we believe there's an opportunity to upgrade the quality of the portfolio. No equity position can exceed 5% of the portfolio at market value. There are no country or sector constraints, and we do not implement currency hedging. Under certain conditions, we will use cash to diversify the portfolio. To summarize, our investment process is based on the belief that knowledge is undervalued, designed to provide attractive risk-adjusted returns with an emphasis on capital preservation, managed to achieve a diversified portfolio with a high active share, and finally, selects companies on the basis of objective, fundamental research. I'd like to thank you for your interest in our strategy. We continue to look for opportunities among the world's most innovative companies. If you have questions or you'd like to hear more, please email us at info@gavkal-usa.com or visit us at gavkalcapital.com.